Yes, my name's Mike Morin, and I am giving a reflection on fatherhood today. I imagine some people were asked because of their intellectual background and so forth, but I'm sure I was just asked based on the sheer volume of children I have. And dogs, sorry about that. Anyway, I think what qualifies me is the fact that I have 6 children, and they range in age from 14 to 25. I have 3 boys and 3 girls, 4 biological children, and 2 of them are adopted from Ethiopia. And I have 1 grandchild, which I'm hoping you're thinking, gosh, he's too young to be a grandfather, but I guess I'm there. So I spent a little time trying to think about what the traits were that I think are most important in being a father, and I came up with 2. I think they are being loving and being present. When I think of what I want to be as a father, I think of the greatest father of all. And although, if you ask my kids, they'll tell you that I tell them that I'm the greatest father of all, but we all know I'm talking about God the Father. God the Father loves everyone all the time in everything that he does, and I try to emulate that trait. It's not easy to do, but it's probably the most important thing we can do as a parent. Kids are great, but they make poor decisions all the time. There's many ways to react to that, and there's many different good ways to react to it too. I think the key is to react with love. Love should be the constant theme in any reaction, any lecture, any guidance, any conversation. It helps that we love our kids unconditionally. Makes it a little easier. I think another important thing is that if we do this, our kids will emulate us because they do what we do. You can just say that this is what you need to do, need to love everybody and everything to do, but if you aren't doing that, it won't work. But if you do that, then your kids will likely do it too. So by being a good father, you're raising good kids as well. So you gotta set a good example. The other trait I came up with is being present. We all know that COVID just happened, and with COVID, it had its challenges, but it had its good things. It gave us a chance to be present, but it also made being present pretty hard. I know I worked from home. I imagine a lot of people end up working from home, and that made it good and bad. It was tough because you have to determine when your work is done. I had the tendency to never finish working because I'm always at the office. Since I'm working, I often work in the main rooms, and the kids come in, and I just seem to work through their questions and conversations and work through the time they're offering me. So I'm thinking maybe the reason I got asked to do this is because it's a sign that I need to change my ways on this, because this is a really important thing, and I've not been good at it lately. So kids, they need to feel important, loved, and supported. It's funny, this is like the easiest thing to do, be present. You know, anybody could do that, yet we're not good at it, and we don't do it. So I think the key is we got to put our phone down, put our laptop away, or turn off our TV or whatever it is that is keeping you from being present. We can rationalize that, our kids' needs aren't that important because, we've been through it. We've already been kids and we've made it through there, but their needs are important. They just are things that we know, and that's all the more reason we need to be present and listen. Reminds me of a story. There was this kid and the father, and the father comes home from a long, hectic day at work, and the kid runs up to him and says, Daddy, how much do you make per hour? And the father's appalled. He's like, not even mom knows how much I make per hour. That's just rude of you to ask. I can't imagine you'd ask that. And the kid, as kids do, just keeps pestering, come on, Daddy, come on, tell me how much you make per hour. So eventually the father just gives in. He goes, I make $20 an hour. And the son, all excited, he goes, okay, Daddy, can I have $10? And now the father's getting really upset. He's like, I just want to relax. Leave me. Let me get some peace. But the kid keeps pestering and the father eventually blows up and says, you go to bed. And so the father's sitting there trying to relax, and he's starting to feel a little guilty. And he's like, oh my gosh, I wasn't very good to my kid. And so he goes up and hopes he's still awake, and luckily he was. He goes, son, I'm really sorry. I overreacted. Here's $10. And the the kid reaches under his pillow, pulls another $10 out and goes, "Here, Daddy, here's 20 hours. Can I have an hour of your time?" So I think the story's message is pretty straightforward, that we need to be present. Our kids want us to be around and be with them, and that's half the battle, just being there. So be present and love them. And these aren't hard things to do, but they aren't easy to. You just have to put in the effort. So thanks a lot.